Hello, Cancer. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using White Newman, a Sacred Animal Tarot created by Elba BG. Website on the bottom here, Liminal 11. Feel free to freeze frame and check that out if you're interested. Supportive Oracle Cards. Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, Oracle Cards by Colette Baron Reed. There are some websites in the back. I found her website on the back of the book. I don't know how I missed it last time, but I'll show you that too. Just freeze frame and whatever information you want, and go ahead and check that out. Her website's at the end of that paragraph with her picture in it. Okay. Dun, da, da, da. What do we have for Cancer? One of the reasons I like this deck is because it has a different way of looking at things, and I feel like it's very good at freshening things up. Okay. You got a lot of good waiting for you here. There's resistance for this. Mostly because I feel like whatever you're dealing with, you know what you're dealing with. You know how to handle what you're dealing with. I feel like you're in an era of acceptance at the moment. You think about change. Ironically, I do think you're thinking about it, but you're also kind of like, I don't have to do anything I don't want to, so it's not that difficult to think about it. I keep feeling like you're walking away from it, though. That you're headed towards this prosperity. And I keep getting, like, you keep thinking about it, you keep thinking about it, you keep thinking about it. The thing is, whatever the situation is, things move very quickly, but they're tangled. Even though I don't know, it does look tangled to me with this Eight of Wands. Usually it talks about travel or swift movement, which swift movement is easy on this, but I feel like there's so much swift movement that's all over the place. That, like, there's so much going on here. I want change, but, like, I'm just not confident on the outcome on that. I get a lot of resistance to change, a lot of resistance, but I feel like you're going to get help with this change fairly soon. It could be anywhere from 2 days to 2 months, just to be fair. Because I feel like you're putting a lot of effort to figure out what's going on. You're putting a lot of effort into the situation, and you're trying to bring things into reality. You're trying to stabilize things. You're trying to keep things going. You seem to understand that things need to change. Yeah, I keep feeling like I just don't feel like that change would work. I keep seeing, like, possibilities, but I'm like, yeah, but I don't feel like that would work. Or it's worse. I feel like, literally, I feel like it'll make it worse, and I'm like, I'm not going to change just to make things worse. What's the point? I feel like that's a lot of it, too. It's like, part of you realizes you have to change. It's going to happen. But you're like, yeah, but I don't want to create a bad change, and I'm worried about that. I don't want to go from whatever it is to worse. Not that it has to be the worst situation right now, but it's like, I don't like what's going on. And there's a lot of confusion, and this is different. Okay. That's the Five of Wands? Yeah. Which is interesting. This is a very peaceful Five of Wands, which is strange. Very peaceful Five of Wands. Five of Wands is conflict. But it's the way people are having conflict. This is not the picture doesn't look violent, but it is uncomfortable. And there's a lot of people, like, just button heads, not willing to hear the other people. People keep going their own direction and ignoring other people. Things getting blocked because people aren't working together. It's weird conflict. It's an awkward conflict, but it is a conflict. Take it with a grain of salt. It could depend on the situation. Maybe it's more obvious to you what's really going on, but it's almost like a political conflict in the sense of, like, people aren't yelling and screaming, but they're getting in each other's way, and it's just kind of like, you want to go through that door, but somebody locked it, so you're trying to go this other way, and then somebody put something in that way. It's almost like passive-aggressive type stuff. It feels like there's a lot of that. How does this show up for Cancer when the resolution starts showing itself? somebody who definitely believes in you. And the Three of Wands, is, I feel like the way this person is coming in, I don't feel like people are liking that, but this person seems to think that you're a good egg and they like you right off the bat. This might be somebody who's already in this situation and already does like you. Whatever this part of the situation is, other people don't want them to be a part of it, but they are getting involved in it. This person, when they show up, if you follow their lead, I feel like this can go... I feel like just follow their lead. I don't know if it's going to go easy or not. I don't want to like say that because I'm not really super confident of that. But I feel like once they start leading it forward, I just do what I need to do, and it's like the path is set before me, if that makes sense. You're probably going to get like 20% of the way with this person, and then they're going to leave it to you, by the way. Once you've started, you can't stop. It's going to be one of those things. It's kind of like going down a slide. You get like the first 20 feet. If it's like a 100-foot slide, and it's a water slide, you get down 20 feet, and you're on it for the long haul. You're going. If it keeps moving forward the way it looks like it's gonna, if you just follow this person's lead, other people just seem to accept it more than... It's like they can't rebuke it for some reason. I feel like this other person gets it going. Other people just kind of accept that it has to move forward, and I don't feel like they're going to get in the way. I feel like they're nervous to get in the way, ironically. So you just got to wait for that moment, let it move forward, kind of follow it. You don't have to engage it, but I'm getting if you do, this is more enjoyable. The thing is, it's better for you if you go along with it. I'm just still like... The change is happening. If you're on board and you go along with this person and you buddy up with them, you're going to be more in the I understand what's coming next field versus, oh boy, here we go field, if that makes sense. You got a lot coming forward very quickly. Once it starts, I do feel like they're going to back off, but I feel like they're not going to completely disappear, but I feel like you're going to be leading this. To some respect, you're going to be leading this, and I feel like I have to. I almost wonder if this other person is like hanging in the background and just like spot checking to make sure it's going where they want. And it's kind of like, okay, I guess I got to keep moving because I feel like I have to keep moving forward. I feel kind of trapped in it. That's the trap card, right? The Eight of Swords. Yep. I feel like I'm trapped in it. I got to keep moving. It's a little awkward. It's a little uncomfortable, but I keep moving. Once you're in it, you just got to keep going with the flow. It'll just keep moving forward. It's more in your control than you may realize. You might have the ability to make better decisions on certain things. You might have that, especially with the Ultra Priestess, you have more control than maybe you want. I'm also seeing coming forward, because whoever started it forward, they back off, and they're just kind of letting you lead it. If you're like, I think it should go this way at this point, they're going to be like, all right, just tell me why, and you'll be like, well, this is why and that is why. All right, let's do it that way, Cancer. We can do it your way. Because they backed off, and they're like, okay, if you think that's right, let's go. The situation is awkward. It's awkward. How are these people treating you once you get to the leader part of this, if that's how this works out for you? How are these people treating you at that point? Oh, they're on your side. They might be more dependent on you. I'm not convinced that you're going to like that. But I also see like there's not as much conflict either. Like I don't feel like they're not conflicting with you. These people don't want to get along with each other. I keep something. It's like they have attitude issues with each other. It reminds me of like a teacher that's teaching like 5 kids, and none of these kids just want to give each other a hard time. But they like you. Each one of these 5 kids like you, but they just want to give each other a difficult time. So you got to kind of you have to kind of mediate that to a point. You have to keep them away from each other where you can. You have to keep your eye on what they're doing to each other, because they just want to constantly drive each other nuts. But they're nice to you, and they want to stay on your good side. It's like dealing with children, like bratty children. It's just how it feels. It's a general read. Take it with a grain of salt. That's how it feels to me, though. I don't know if I should have said it that way, but it did. So, here we are. Is there anything else with that? One last thing with the Ultra Priestess, okay, and then we'll be done. What is it? Justice. And the Four of Cups, half in, half out. You're going to have more of a leader role later. Sometimes you're going to like it, sometimes you're not. I feel like that's not going to shock you. But with the Justice card at your side, you're going to be happy with the overall situation because you're the one that makes sure it works out fairly. Sometimes you're going to like it because of that, sometimes you're not going to like it because of that, but the situation will do better because of you. You're very important to the situation. I feel like some of you don't want that, but understand why that's probably going to happen. So I feel like they're just giving you a heads up about that. Like, you're important. You do really good with this type of stuff. It's not something you super enjoy is what I'm getting at certain times. Other times it's good, sometimes it's not. But you're very effective. And you're good at this. Not saying you have to stay at this for the rest of your life, but this is where it looks like this reading is heading. Alright, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.